What's up, Hookbang? On this special episode, we review the blind goat.
We visit the stuffed belly.
And we interviewed Christine Ha and John Suh.
Let's get banging.
Today on Hookbang.
Today on Hookbang.
On this episode of Hookbang.
Today on Hookbang.
Keep on
Banging.
So today we ordered the dumplings and the mom's egg rolls. Now the dumplings are a reference to her Masterchef season. It's her winning entree condensed into a dumpling. So I'm really excited to try that. And then the egg rolls are a recipe from her mom that she's recreated. So both of these meals I feel like have a lot of story behind them. So I'm just really excited to try them out. So first I'm gonna try the mom's egg rolls. Wow, that's really good. It feels like really comforting. I don't know, it feels very homey. Like my grandma makes a lot of Vietnamese dishes as well. And I don't know, it feels very traditional, but also, I don't know, it tastes so good. I really enjoy that. The sauce is really yummy as well. Okay, now I'm gonna try the dumplings. Like, I feel like I'm in awe. Like, I need everybody to eat these dumplings right now because they're so good. Like, oh my gosh. Like, they're really good. I'm about to devour these, and if they don't stop me, I'm gonna eat them all. But overall, so good. So good.
Okay, so I ordered the Texas brisket fried rice. Every time. It just blows me away every time. It's so savory and delicious. The brisket, you can really taste it. And you can kind of, there's a little sweetness to it, but a nice little meaty flavor from the brisket. It all just, it's like a symphony of delicious taste. I love it. It's amazing.
We ordered the sticky wings. Here they are. It's not like a dry wing. There's this thick sauce on it with some garnish, cilantro. They look really good. That's really good. That's really good. It's I wouldn't say it's spicy, but it's got a little spice to it, I guess. It's really well flavored. It's really juicy. I think they're really good.
I ordered the oysters and the Brussels sprouts. The oysters were a pretty good deal, $7.50 for 6 oysters. I wouldn't usually order them, but it seemed like a great deal. The Brussels sprouts were a great choice. I try to order Brussels sprouts at every restaurant I go to because they're just so good. Once again, really good. Very oily, very saucy, and just cooked, so it's a little bit crisp, a little bit burnt, but it still tastes great. I recommend everybody try this. It's my favorite dish here.
We have the bon cot here. It's these crispy crackers with shrimp and then a side of veggies and a sauce you dip it in. I've also had these before and they're really good, so I'm excited to eat them again. Of course it's delicious. Oh my god. It's really good. I really the sauce is really good. I really love the flavor of that. I think everything is just really cohesive. It really works well together. The veggies go with it. The cracker doesn't have a super strong taste, but it's really crispy and really good and just delicious. Delicious dish. Would eat it again.
Hey guys, so we also ordered the garlic and crawfish noodles. So apparently there's a lot of butter in there. I always love some butter, and to be honest, I don't eat crawfish really often, but from what they described on the menu, I'm really excited for what's to come. Oh, that's good. You can really taste the lemon zest on it. Especially the Parmesan too. There's a lot of Parmesan there. It's really delicious. And the garlic really hits you, but like in a good garlicky way.
What we have here is a tres leches, and me, I love tres leches. I mean, whenever I can, I get it. I'm really excited to try this. It looks really like decadent, gorgeous, I mean, beautiful. And that's not how you typically would describe like a tres leches, but it just looks really great. So I'm gonna scoop some off and then try it out. I'm sorry. Oh my god. That is so good. That might be the best tres leches I've ever had. By far. The sauce is creamy. The steak is perfectly spongy like I predicted. It's amazing. I mean, I literally, the taste hit my mouth immediately and it just blew me away. It's phenomenal. Delicious.
I ordered Christine Ha's famous pie dish featured on Masterchef Season 3. This is a personal favorite of mine. Last time I went to the Blind Goat. Presentation-wise, it looks delicious. I'm really excited to dig in. Initially, if you see this on the menu, you might be a little confused because it's not an apple pie, it's not a pumpkin pie. It's a star anise with ginger and fish sauce drizzle. So it sounds a little adventurous, but I assure you, everybody can try this. It's absolutely delicious. It's really excellent. It has everything you'd want out of a normal fruit pie, plus a Vietnamese twist, as they'd say on the menu. It's excellent. I recommend everybody try this. It's probably one of the main highlights of the menu of the Blind Goat.
All right, so we just finished eating up at the Blind Goat, and we're gonna talk about our review.
So first, talking about price, the Blind Goat was an absolute 5-star. Every day of the week has different happy hour options. So today we had oysters, which were heavily discounted. Lots of great deals between drinks or appetizers. Overall, also the quality that you get for your food on the non-happy hour items were excellent. I would say great bang for your buck. You get the quality of a high-end dining restaurant at the price of a mid-style restaurant. So I'd say absolutely 5 stars.
Okay, guys, so the diversity of the menu was just amazing. They had so many different options. There were gluten-free options, there were vegan options. There's stuff if you like meat, there's plenty of meat. They had dishes that had shellfish, without shellfish. Like there was literally every kind of like protein variety available. They had so many different appetizers, and they had a kind of a limited entree menu, but with all the variety from the appetizers, and everything's kind of made where you can share. I feel like there's just so many options, and we were able to get stuff that satisfied all five of us, even though some of us like oysters and some don't, and some people like Brussels sprouts and some don't. Some people like crawfish and some don't, and everybody was happy. I feel like diversity menu is definitely like a 5 out of 5.
I'm gonna be talking about the ambiance. I think it was really good. Our waiter was really attentive. There was never a moment where like my water glass was empty. They were really good at making us feel like comfortable and like well served. I really love like the decor is really nice. I think it's a really pretty place. It's a really good environment just to like eat and talk to your friends with. I really like it. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5.
And for taste, I mean, just absolutely out of this world. Everything that I ate was phenomenal. I'm not a huge oysters person, and the oysters tasted amazing. I mean, and then on top of that, things that I already love, like the brisket fried rice, amazing. The dumplings, fantastic. Egg rolls, amazing. I mean, I could go down the list. Everything tasted great. It's, I mean, a slam dunk, home run, touchdown, anything you could describe it as. It's a 5 out of 5, completely perfect, 0 flaws.
So overall, we give it 5 stars. Perfect score. Hookbang's first perfect score. You know, as we've already mentioned, the price, it was really great for a lot of high quality food. It wasn't expensive at all. It's really cozy, super cozy atmosphere. It's kind of cute. And especially the taste and the menu, they have a really original menu. There's some things that I've never even heard before, or they have their own unique take on. and I feel like they executed it really well.
Before I lost my vision, I was able to cook in the kitchen perfectly fine, and then I lost my vision and I had to learn everything over again, and I did it, and now I'm back in the kitchen cooking even better than before.
I would say that growing up, actually most of my childhood friends are actually Vietnamese people, and my background is Korean actually. I feel like Vietnamese culture here is so vibrant, especially in Little Saigon and Chinatown. There's just so many concepts there that do amazing, authentic food, and that was a big part of my life growing up because all my friends are Vietnamese. They introduced me to all their food like pho and banh mi and all the typical stuff, and it really like kind of opened up my palette of like Asian food. Before that, it was just kind of American and then Korean food. So I would say growing up here, I definitely got exposed to more Vietnamese food, and I actually grew up working in Vietnamese restaurants as well.
Wow.
So yeah.
I have much respect for like barbecue, for Cajun food, for all of that, the different ethnic groups and cuisines that we can find here in Houston. And I feel like that all plays into the menu to really showcase what Houston is all about and how diverse it is and how all of these restaurants can serve different things and make people happy in different ways. But we're so fortunate to be able to walk out of our door, leave our house, and find pretty much any type of food we'd like. I find that Houston, I'll tell you a funny story. So the reason I decided, I remember after graduating college, I was trying to make a decision between two job offers that were my top two. One was based in Austin and one was based in Houston. And it was hard for me to decide, but one weekend I had taken a trip back down to Houston, and I was walking through Asia Town in Bel Air in one of the Asian grocery stores. And I remember like kind of looking around, I had vision then, and I was thinking, the Asian food scene here is so much better and I miss it. So that's actually what made my decision to move back to Houston and make my home in Houston after college. So I would say Houston is much bigger, much more diverse. It feels more metropolitan, although now I know Austin's definitely growing. To me, Austin is still like this nostalgic college experience from back in my late teens and early 20s.
What's your favorite item on the menu?
Oh, that's hard. That's like asking who your favorite child is.
Here at the Blind Goat, I would say the bun cot, which is these little Vietnamese crepes. They're really small, and the first time I had it was in the streets of Vietnam, and I was just like obsessed with it. I was crushing like 50 of them in one sitting because it's so good. But we imported the actual pan that we make it in from Vietnam. Wow. And we've had that for like 5-6 years now.
I would have to say the garlic noodles by itself. I think it's just really comfort. We do it with crawfish tails here to kind of give a homage to Gulf Coast cuisine, but the garlic noodles by themselves are just really savory. They're actually not difficult to make. You can make it vegetarian. You can actually change some things for different dietary restrictions. So that's actually a recipe that I do a lot in many cooking demos. So I would say probably the garlic noodles.
Yeah. We had those yesterday, and that was my favorite out of everything.
Yeah, they're very umami and savory and rich.
So also, the tres leches was incredible.
That was actually John's idea.
Oh, wow.
He was trying to come up with some desserts that didn't involve ice cream, because ice cream, like, you have to immediately get it out onto the table or else it starts melting. So we wanted something that was had a little bit more leniency on getting it out to the table in a timely manner. So we wanted to do a cake, and we were throwing around ideas, and then he was like, why don't we do a tres leches? And I was like, oh yeah, I mean, we could easily swap out all the milks for things more Southeast Asian, like coconut milk and pandan. And he baked a bunch of iterations of them, and was pretty tasty. So that actually is a very good item on the menu as well.
When you guys are cooking for yourselves, does it tend to be like pretty evenly split? Like you guys share the cooking?
Yeah, I would say so. I think we tend to, I usually do the meal planning at home and then the grocery list, and then he'll help me out a lot in the kitchen because we do enjoy cooking together. It's just obviously like if I I'm visual impaired and I could do everything on my own, but it's a lot easier when there's someone sighted, on hand to help. So and then oftentimes John likes to be creative in the kitchen. So our cooking styles are very different. I'm very precise and my personality is I like to follow routine and steps that are put in place. But John tends to like to go off all willy-nilly and be really creative and do very experimental things. So sometimes he gets into the kitchen and makes like all kinds of different things. And then I think in some ways, like that's how we complement each other in the way we work together.
The hardest part of running a restaurant. Oh man, what's not hard?
It's definitely a tough business. I think it's a marathon. I think first you need to understand your brand and really define that and what that means. And then from that, you also define your company culture. I mean, I would say like once you figure that out and then you have your menu, things are constantly changing, very fast paced in the restaurant industry. So I think you have to learn to be very agile and adapt to all things that are thrown at you. Because for example, the Blind Goat we opened in 2019 had all these accolades and all of a sudden were hit with COVID. And that was something like none of us could foresee. So it was very difficult navigating keeping restaurants open and your team employed when sales have dropped like 70% because everyone was like quarantining and staying at home. So I think it's just learning to be very agile and always moving and pivoting quickly to adjust accordingly to what the market demands are.
So I never understood the importance of having an HR department until I owned a business, and I was like, oh my God, all these people I have to manage. I can see the value of having an HR person on your team to manage all those different personalities and interactions and all the employment issues that come up. So I would say managing people is the hardest.
Definitely.
I mean, in the end, it's like with restaurants, you're in the industry of hospitality. So it's not a very specific group of people we're targeting. It's really just welcoming anybody who's curious about our cuisine and what we're doing here, and to just kind of tell a story of what we envision our concept to be.
It's really hard to expand because when you expand, you have to let go of some things like not necessarily quality, but you definitely have to have an experienced hospitality team to go and help you expand. So the Blind Goat is a lot of work in itself. We like keeping it just this one location, but our hopes are to be able to grow more locations of Stuffed Belly around Houston and maybe eventually beyond Houston.
So I know you were a business major in your undergrad, and then you went and got your MFA in creative writing.
Right.
You own a business now, so I imagine that your business background has helped you run this. And I know you've written a cookbook as well. Do you get to use like what you've learned from your creative writing degree as much as you?
Yeah, that's a funny question because John, my husband, will say the main thing I use for my creative writing degree in the restaurant is writing the menu copy. I do name all the dishes and I write the little description. For me, it's like a fun, like not too serious way of getting to exercise that part of my brain. I would say just creative writing in general, I mean, it's a creative art, which seems very opposite from a business degree or a business background. So I think in terms of that, like creative arts is really about storytelling, whether you're in film, television, literature, or anything in the arts, it's storytelling. So for me, I find that being able to use that creative side to tell my story in terms of what dishes we put on the menu, what cocktails we put on the menu, how is the ambiance of the place, what is the music playing in here? Because John and I curate all the music on the playlist. I think that's where the creative art side of my brain gets to go into effect. And I'm currently working on a second cookbook, and that's right now pitching to editors and publishers. So I get to now kind of go back after having opened some restaurants, and then now they're kind of able to run without us having to be so hands-on. And now I'm able to go back to the writing side of my brain and write more about recipes and cooking, and eventually hopefully I get to finish my memoir. I think with anything in the arts, sometimes it's very hard to constantly stay creative. My advice, no matter what creative field you're in, is to find a different creative outlet. So, you know, maybe I was a writer before I was very much in the hospitality business. So I would find other things, whether it's like consuming films or going to see live theater. I think it's always nice to find a different creative outlet or a different hobby so that you don't burn out in your own current like creative vocation. So I think with cooking and food, for example, like, yeah, now that it's kind of my vocation, like I need to do other things that help take my brain away from this so that I'm not always feeling like the pressure of having to come up with something innovative, but take a break from it and then go into it, and you can always bring it back to your work.
Yeah, I think that comes with like any entrepreneur. Once you kind of work for yourself, it's really hard to turn it off because it's what you do. As soon as you wake up, you're working. As soon as you get home, you're pretty much constantly thinking about the business. So, you know, early on when we first started, you know, it was just constant conversation, whether we're here or at home with Christina and I. And it got to a point where we're like, okay, we got to stop freaking talking about work when we're at home, and especially like closer to bedtime. You know, it's just, you know, if something stressful was happening in the business and you don't want to bring it up right before you want to go to sleep. So we definitely had to, you know, compartmentalize our day and say, hey, once we get to our house and it's like closer to sleeping time, we should not talk about these things.
I think winning MasterChef, it gave you this incredible title, but I feel like it also comes with a lot of expectation. Have you found that people expect more from you because of
yes, 100%. I would say I had imposter syndrome coming out of MasterChef for several years. And I always say, like, the higher you climb, like, you know, or the higher the pedestal that people put you on top of, then the greater the fall, the potential fall. So there was a lot of pressure, and there still is, but I've learned to kind of tune out that noise and for my own mental health. Like, I can't please everybody, and there will always be haters online. Like there's, to this day, some people still think I'm faking my vision impairment, or I cheated my way through MasterChef, or my food isn't that great, or, you know, whatnot. So I think it's something that comes with maturity and experience to learn how to sift through all of that noise and like take the constructive feedback or criticism that some people give you that you find valuable, and always use that to make your craft stronger and better. But then a lot of it is just noise that really doesn't help you or make you know, do any service for you. So it is really learning to discern between what is helpful and what is not, which a lot of it is not. So I think really, yeah, I mean, we experience it as a restaurant. You know, negative reviews online affect a business. I don't think people realize like how much that affects a business in a negative way, especially like local independent restaurants and mom and pop shops that are not like large chains that have corporate money. So yeah, that's something I think I face a lot after MasterChef and after opening the restaurants.
Are you still in contact with them? Do they still?
Well, Graham's not on the show anymore, so we maybe just keep in touch online. But I see Joe and Gordon probably at least every other year, because I do go back a lot to film guest appearances on MasterChef and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, other than like seeing them in person, it's not like I have like a bat line, like a direct connection to Gordon. But yeah, it is always fun to reconnect with the judges, especially Gordon, because he's my favorite. And now that I'm not under his tutelage per se and like trying to win his competition, like I can bust his balls a little bit more, and it's fun. People always ask me, like, does he do that for camera? Like, does he act the way he does so that because he's on television? And I really don't think it is. I think it's the other way around. His personality is just naturally like that, so that makes him really good for television, which is why he's been so successful on TV.
Yeah. What has been your favorite part of your journey so far?
I think my favorite part is actually getting to meet people who watch the show, like in this instance, in person, and realize that I've somehow touched them in a positive way. I think a lot of times, like growing a follower base on social media or people talking to you digitally or online, that's really cool. But that's kind of one thing, like, you know, we disassociate from people that we quote unquote meet online. But when I get to meet people in person at speaking engagements, or when I go do events at colleges and universities, which college students are always my favorite because they always ask the best questions in Q&A sessions. But I think meeting people, getting to connect with them on a personal level, shake their hand, take pictures with them, and realizing the positive difference I've been able to make in their lives, I think that's like the most amazing part.
I think soon we're gonna head over to the stuffed belly. Do you have any recommendations?
Oh, I mean, that menu is even smaller and tighter than the menu at the Blind Goat, so I would say everything is good there. I would say try right now our special that we're running during the Lent season, which is our fish and chips. So I grew up with my mom forcing me to eat a lot of McDonald's Filet-O-Fish. And I, you know, in some ways I wanted to do kind of a tribute to the sandwich my mom always made me eat, but make it much better than that version. So that one is really good and a very popular special that every time we bring it back, it does really well. Our belly burger is, you know, our 2 all beef patties that are done in a smash burger style, very simple American cheese, our stuffed sauce on a potato roll. That's a really simple one that a lot of, I would say is kind of our #1 seller. If you want to do kind of a Texas flip on that, we do have the belly melt, which is like our version of a patty melt. So there's an extra slice of provolone cheese in addition with the American cheese, and it's done on Texas toast. Yeah, I would say maybe some of those, but I feel like, you know, whatever is your calling today to try there, you can't go wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, the Filet-O-Fish is like my secret, what's it called? Like, yeah, my guilty pleasure. I kind of like it. So I think I'm gonna try that
Yeah,
one.
you should definitely try that because I guarantee yours is better.
Okay.
Sorry, McDonald's.
No. I believe it.
Hi, sir.
Joe, obviously.
I've heard you give mean looks, but luckily I can't see it.
Okay, so I'm reviewing the diversity of menu. So they did sort of self-admit that it's a little restricted. However, I think I actually disagree. I think that there's plenty of really good options. There's something for everybody. I mean, even I got the belly melt, but they had a belly melt Texas barbecue version. They had like barbecue sauce and a different cheese. They have all kinds of nice sandwiches. They actually told us, you know, there's a Lent special, which is the fish sandwich, which also tastes amazing. There's just a lot of options. Not to mention that there's a drink menu that has all kinds of nice drinks. You know, I got the strawberry fizz, which, you know, is very good. There's just a lot to choose from. I think there's, you know, plenty of really delicious food items, and, you know, you can come here and try something different every time. And if you really want, you know, you can also get the nice thing, you know, the thing that you like. But I mean, there's plenty of choices, and I'd honestly say, you know, it's a lot to pick from for me. It's a lot of really good options. So I would give this just definitively a 5 out of 5.
So I got just the regular burger. I think it's called the belly burger. It's just the basic one, all the toppings on it, and it was really delicious. It was really good, really filling. We also got the tater tots, the regular tater tots, the loaded tater tots, and the fried Oreos. And everything that I ate was just absolutely delicious. There's a lot of flavor in it. The sauce is really, really good on the burger I got. I think everything was just delicious overall. For taste, I think it was, I mean, what more can I say? It was delicious. Everything was delicious. Honestly, like another 5 out of 5. There wasn't a single thing that I ate that I not even was neutral about. I like actually loved everything. It was just delicious and brilliant as usual.
Okay, so I ordered the fish sandwich, the fish and chips, and it was so freaking good. Like when we talked to Christine, she told us that it was like her spin on a Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's. And I love the Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's. It's my guilty pleasure. So I was very excited to try this, and honestly blew my mind. The fish is just like perfectly crispy. The tartar sauce is just so good. The bun is just so soft. Like, it was amazing. And yeah, I loved it. Also, the loaded tots, also so delicious. I love the scallions on top. I'm such a big scallions girl, so that was so good. I also got the strawberry cream drink, which was so yummy. Like, it tastes like one of those Yakult drinks that like the yogurty kind of flavor, super sweet. I loved it, so good. Most of the sandwiches are like $11 or $12, which I think is pretty affordable, especially when you think about how big they are. Like, I was only able to eat half my sandwich, and I'm like stuffed. Like, I'm completely full, and so I saved the other half. I'm gonna eat that tonight. Like, so I think 2 meals for $11. That's pretty good. Like, I think that's a good deal. So I think it's definitely affordable. So I give this a 5 out of 5 for price. For atmosphere, the Stuffed Belly is more of a like drive-through kind of restaurant. There is some seating inside, and as you can see, we're sitting outside. But I don't think the limited seating is necessarily a bad thing. I think it's intentionally a drive-through restaurant, and so I think the ease and the convenience of being able to just drive through and pick up food is really nice. It's great. I think atmosphere is also a 5 out of 5. Yeah. So I think that means the Stuffed Belly gets another perfect score of 5 out of 5 bangs on the Hookbang rating scale.
5 big bangs.
Bang, 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 bang. That's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to keep on banging.
And we want to give a very special thank you to Christine herself for letting us film in the restaurants and have an interview with her, and just allowing us for this great opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.